Have you ever looked at a coaching offer priced at $2,000 or more and wondered,
What exactly makes it worth that?
because the coach selling it doesn't always have more credentials than the offer you see priced at $97. The content isn't always 10 times better. The hours included aren't always 10 times more. So what's the difference? It's not the coach's resume, it's the structure of the offer itself. If you're new here, my name is Nick Scott. I'm the founder of Her Income Edit, where I help professional women turn their existing skills into high-ticket coaching income, digital products, and online businesses. And today, I'm breaking down the exact components of a high-ticket coaching offer, not the philosophy of one. I'm going to be digging into the complete architecture of a high-ticket coaching offer. I'm going to be talking about the specific things that make someone look at a $2,000 price tag and pull out their credit card. But before we get into it, if you're still figuring out what you want to coach on, I want you to drop ideas down in the comments and I'll give you the link for my free guide, 101 Coaching Ideas. You'll need to start here first because you cannot build a high ticket offer around a topic that you haven't identified yet. And I want you to stay with me until the end because the last thing that I'm going to share in this video is the one most coaches get wrong. And it's the reason solid coaching offers don't sell. Okay, I want to start this video off with a perspective I think is worth thinking about. High ticket offers are not a price strategy. They're a structure strategy. Most coaches who are undercharging, they're not undercharging because their skills are worth less. They're undercharging because their offer is structured like a low ticket product. A $2,000 offer and a $200 offer can contain the exact same information. But what makes them different isn't what's inside. It's the architecture around it. And honestly, that part is good news because it means the gap between where you're pricing right now and where you could be pricing, it isn't about going back to school or building a larger audience or waiting until you have more testimonials. The gap is about building a better structure around what it is you already know. It's about getting clear on the problem you solve, the specificity of the transformation you provide, the container your offer is delivered in, how much access will your clients have to you, and the price signal itself. Now, those 5 things I just mentioned, that is the structure. And each one of those 5 things shapes what someone is willing to pay for your services. Let's talk about the first component of a high ticket coaching offer, and that is a specific expensive problem. And in this context, I want you to think about expensive in a broader way than just money. Expensive here means that the problem costs the person something significant. So I'm talking about things like time, opportunity, confidence, income, peace of mind, years of feeling stuck in the same place. The more your ideal client can feel the weight of their problem, the more motivated they'll be to solve it. And the more money they're willing to invest in your solution. For example, helping women feel better about themselves is not an expensive problem because it's way too broad to create any urgency around. On the other hand, helping women who keep getting overlooked for leadership roles develop the presence to finally get promoted, that is an expensive problem because the woman in that description, she feels exactly what that problem means for her every single Monday morning. Specificity is what will make your offer feel relevant, and relevance is what drives the willingness to pay. So here's a simple test you can use to gauge whether or not the problem you solve is specific enough. So if you describe your offer to your ideal client and their response is,
"Yeah, that sounds nice,"
your problem isn't specific enough. But if they respond with,
"Wait a minute, how did you know that's exactly what I'm dealing with right now?"
then you've hit the nail on the head. The other goal is for you to create an offer so specific that the right person feels like it was built specifically for them, because it was. The second component is a promised outcome, not a promised process, but a promised transformation. And this is the part where most coaching offers fall apart because a lot of coaches describe what they do inside the program instead of describing what changes for their client once they've completed your program. For example, 6 coaching sessions, that's a process. But going from stuck and second guessing yourself yourself to having a coaching offer you're selling with confidence, that is an outcome. People do not buy processes. They buy the vision of what their life looks like on the other side of their problem. A high ticket offer has to clearly create that vision before someone commits to your price. So, the clearer the vision, the easier it is for them to say yes. And here's why this matters more than most coaches realize. When someone is deciding whether or not to invest $2,000 or more, they're not asking themselves,
what does this program include?
They're asking themselves,
what will my life look like when I'm done with this program?
So if your offer answers the first question but not the second, you will lose the sale every single time. So lead with the outcome and then let the process support it. The third component is a defined container. And all this means is that your offer has clear edges, a clear time frame, a clear structure, and a clear delivery method. An offer without defined scope, it makes buyers feel uncertain, and uncertain feels risky, and risky makes people hesitate. However, a defined container communicates that you've done this before, that there's a clear path, that your clients aren't paying to figure it out with you. A defined container, it also protects you, because an offer without clear edges is how coaches end up with clients who expect unlimited access and a coaching business that will drain you dry. And here's what most new coaches don't realize about containers. The specificity of the structure directly increases the perceived value. So a 90-day coaching container with bi-weekly calls, a defined curriculum, and clear milestones, it feels more valuable than ongoing coaching, and we'll figure it out as we go. Even if the total time investment is the same, structure communicates confidence, and confidence in your offer, it transfers directly to your buyers. So the container is what makes your offer sustainable for you and feel worth it to your buyers. The fourth component is what people are paying for at the high ticket level. And it's not the content, it's proximity and accountability. So think about it this way. Right now today, there's more free information available on just about every topic you can think of. And there's more information about that topic than any one person could consume in a lifetime. People are not buying coaching because they cannot find information. They're buying coaching because they need somebody in their corner. They need somebody who's watching their progress, someone who is catching their blind spot. People buy coaching because they need someone who holds them to the version of themselves they're actively trying to become. That's what a price tag of $2,000 or more reflects. It's not a workbook, the PDF downloads, or the recorded session replays. It's the relationship, the accountability, and the fact that someone sees them. And there's something worth understanding about why this matters so much to the women you're meant to serve. Most of the women invest in high ticket coaching. They've already tried figuring this thing out alone. They've already watched free videos. They've already downloaded all the guides. They've already taken the $27 course, and they're still stuck. And it's not because the information they received was bad. They're still stuck because information without accountability, it doesn't move most people forward. What moves people forward is having someone who is invested in their progress, having someone who notices when they go quiet or asks the hard question they've been avoiding. That is the thing that's worth $2,000 or more. And so when you understand that, charging $2,000, it stops feeling aggressive and it starts feeling accurate. So the fifth component is the price itself as a signal. And this one is counterintuitive, so stay with me. A lower price doesn't always make an offer easier to say yes to. Now I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back so y'all can hear me. A lower price does not always make an offer easier to say yes to. Sometimes it makes it easier to walk away from because price signals seriousness on both sides of the relationship. For example, a $47 offer says, "This is something I can try casually," while an offer priced at $2,000 or more, it says, "This is a commitment and I need to show up for it." And the buyer who invests at $2,000 shows up completely different than the one who paid $47. When someone pays $2,000 or more, they do the work, they show up for their sessions, they implement what they're taught. Your client shows up this way because she's invested in a way that makes her take herself seriously. And at the end of the day, your price communicates what you believe the transformation is worth. And when you believe it, your buyer starts to believe it too. So there's something else that I need to say while we're talking about price. Women who have spent years in environments where they were underpaid, they often carry that same energy into their pricing in their coaching business. So you set a number and then you immediately wonder if that number is too high. You wonder if people will think it's too much, if you should offer a payment plan or a discount before anyone has even asked. And that hesitation, it communicates something to your buyers. That hesitation, it signals that you're not even sure it's worth the price you're putting on it. So here's the thing about all this. Your price is a declaration, so set it like you mean it. Now, if you're still watching, here's what I want you to notice when you look at these 5 components together. Every single one of them starts with the same thing: clarity. It's clarity about who your offer is for, clarity about the problem you solve, clarity about the outcome you provide, clarity about the structure your offer lives in, and clarity about the transformation and what it's worth. Most coaches who are undercharging, they're not missing skills. They're missing the structure that communicates the value of their skills. And the good news is, structure is a completely solvable problem. And I want you to think about what that means for you. If you've been sitting on real skills, real results, and real lived experience that helps people, and your offer isn't selling at the price it deserves, the answer probably isn't for you to go get more credentials. The answer is to look at these 5 components I just introduced you to and identify which one of them isn't clear. Ask yourself, is your problem too broad? Is your outcome too vague? Is your container too undefined? Is your price underselling the transformation? Because the answers to those questions, one of those is usually the culprit, and none of them require you to start over from scratch. Each one of them require you to get more specific about what it is you already know. So if you haven't picked up anything else from this video, this is what I want you to get. The difference between a $97 offer and a $2,000 offer isn't what you know. It's how you clearly package what you know, identify who it's for, and articulate what changes because of what you know. Skills without structure get priced like they're uncertain. Skills with structure get priced like they're worth it. So if you're ready to build that structure right now, that's exactly what 2K in 2 hours walks you through. By the end of this micro course, you will not still be wondering what to charge or how to package your offer, because you'll have a complete, structured price coaching offer that's built around everything we just covered in this video. Because the version of you who has a clearly structured high ticket offer, she doesn't wait until she feels qualified. She builds her offer and then the confidence follows. The link for 2K in 2 hours is down in the description, or you can visit my website at herincomeedit.com/2K. The thing about all this is, most women don't need a different skill set to build a high ticket offer. They need a better structured offer around the skills they already have. So stop selling your knowledge like it's a casual transaction when the impact it creates is anything but casual. Build your structure, identify your transformation, set your price, and start charging for the outcome instead of apologizing for the skills behind it. Now, if you watched this video and thought,
You know what, Nick? I think I might have been undercharging.
I want you to go watch this video next. It picks up exactly where this one ends, and it shows you specifically why your number is lower than it should be. Okay? I'll see you in the next one.